Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I am bringing you another episode of Eyeshadows and Tea, and today we will be using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. Yay! Also, I will be giving you my dollar's worth of insight on some topics that have been going around in the beauty community as of recently. So if you're ready, then I'm ready. So let's get started. Before we get started, I do want to say welcome to all of our new family members out there. And in case you're not familiar with me yet, my name is Leah Garrett, and I'm a cruelty-free makeup and beauty reviewer. I'm a makeup enthusiast, not a makeup artist, a plus-size beauty, and a PNH and ITP fighter. If you'd like to know more about those two diseases, there are videos down below that you can check out. If you want to skip straight into the tutorial and to the tea, I'm going to put a timestamp right here so you guys can just go ahead and fast forward through that, because of course you guys know I do talk about the palette before I get into the tutorial and the tea. So nothing much going on my end. I was going to do my monthly favorites for March today, but there are some topics that came up that you guys wanted me to discuss and give my insight on. So I figured I would do this, and then on Friday I will do my March favorites. So yeah, let's go ahead and start talking about this palette. So the Riviera palette is the newest released from Anastasia Beverly Hills, or ABH as I like to say. And I have been seeing mixed reviews on this palette, just like any other ABH palette that comes out. There's always mixed reviews. There's someone complaining about kickback, someone's complaining about panning issues, someone's complaining about color scheme, whatever. But I think that this palette was a really good direction for them to go in. One, I like the fact that the cover is not that velvety material. It feels more of like a denim, like a jean material. I really do like that. I like the colors. I like the color scheme that this packaging is. Kind of like, you know, a nautical vibe. And this is what she looks like on the inside. There's a brush that does come with it, but it fell on the floor. Okay, so it is your standard 14 pan ABH palette. They do have the metallics up here at the bottom, and then they do have their mattes down here. This white shade right here, Sales, is a matte shadow. It is not a metallic. There are 3 pressed pigments in this palette. That is Bahamas, Cannes, and Palm. What that means is that they are pressed differently, and they have they don't have the same binding agent as what an actual eyeshadow will. Now, you are going to have to be careful with these 3 shades, because even though they are pressed pigments, they're technically not eye safe. They may stain your lids, but you can just use like a makeup remover balm like the Pharmacy Green Clean, the Gerard Cosmetics Slay Away the Day, and it will help with that staining. So that's why I did want to bring that up for those 3 shades. I really do like the color scheme of this palette. People were complaining about it, and I'm like, ABH can't win if they have a palette where there's neutrals and just like maybe 1 or 2 colors. People are complaining that there's too many neutrals. Here, they only have a couple neutrals, but with a lot of color, and now people are saying there's too much color, not enough neutrals. And it's like, people, make up your freaking minds. Like, it's like, you can't please everybody, and I understand that, but just make up your mind on what you want. And if this is something that doesn't interest you, just don't buy it. Simple as that. But I do show swatches on each of these shades later on, and yeah, so let's go ahead and roll the footage of me making my eye look with this palette today and talking about some tea. Alrighty, I have brought you guys in a little closer. Please pardon the fact that I look stupid pale and that it doesn't look like I contoured anything. I haven't bronzed yet, and I'm trying out a new foundation and setting powder, and I don't think I like the combo of it. I think I'm going to need, if I use this foundation again, I'm going to have to use a darker setting powder. Yeah, because I look rather white right now. All right, let me get some lip oil. I got a lip zit. Sucks. Of course I would get a lip zit a day before I film. That's all right. Okay, I am, before I get started into the Riviera palette, I am going to go off camera, set my eyes with my Essence Base, and I'll break. I went ahead and got my eyes prepped. We're not drinking tea today. As I stated in the intro, we're drinking coffee because that's just the kind of morning I'm having. And I brushed my teeth before I did my coffee. I think I should have done it the other way around, but whatever. It is what it is. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go into the Riviera palette, the newest release from ABH. For my base shade, I'm going to go into this shade right here. Let's take this brush out. I never use these brushes because this end of the brush, the bristles always shed every time I use it. So I'm going to go into this shade right here, Estate, to just kind of set everything. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to set this. I'm just going to go ahead and start using this as a transition shade so we can go ahead and start talking about these topics. So, as I stated before, I was going to save this video for Friday, but some stuff has come up and you guys really wanted to hear my thoughts on it. So, I guess I'll just go ahead and talk about it now. The first thing I want to talk about is the whole the product leak from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, his leak from his concealers. I may not purchase his palettes anymore because I don't like the formula, but I still purchase his liquid lipsticks. I do like his liquid lipsticks. I love his lip scrubs. But for someone that was within his company to do that was a terrible thing to do. And let me tell you, and we all know that you mess with Jeffree Star, there's going to be some consequences, especially when it comes to his business. You know, he is a very business-oriented man, and it sucks, especially with this product that he has been working on not only for months, but for years. And for someone to already try to sell it before it even came out is just mind-blowing. The girl that was on Facebook, as always, I'll do my right eye on camera, my left eye off camera. The girl that was on Facebook doing this, she wrote out this massive like statement saying that she never meant any harm, all this stuff, that wasn't her intention. But what was your intention? Like, seriously. I mean, you took a product that didn't even have a release date and try to sell it to people. Didn't even know if it was real or not. It just, that really took me by surprise. That people out there are so greedy that they would take somebody's hard-earned work and use it to their advantage. It sucks so bad. And we all know this was a product that he had been working on, not just for months, but for years. And for someone to pull the rug underneath him for that, that's just uncalled for. And she wrote in there, she was like, I do agree, she doesn't deserve death threats. She doesn't deserve people telling her to kill herself. But people were telling her she may get sued for it, and she said she didn't deserve that threat. But that's a high possibility that that could happen. That that he might sue. You know, he doesn't play, like I said before, he doesn't play around when it comes to his business. So, and it's not just with his brand, it's with any brand out there. You know, ABH has had their palettes leaked. Just about almost every brand has had a really big product leaked, and it sucks because they put their hard-earned time into developing these products for us, and they want to be the ones to show everybody, not someone who's trying to sell it on Facebook before it could come out to the masses, or someone who posted on Instagram before the brand can even announce that the product's coming out. It's just, it's a very, very crappy situation for any brand. I'm going to go off camera and do this eye, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, that actually looks like a really great transition color. I actually really like it. I like it more as a transition than the base. So hopefully my eye look won't look too jacked up, because normally I set my eyes after I put my Essence base on, but this time I was just like, let's try something different. The next shade I'm going into is one of the pressed pigments. It is Bahamas. For some reason, I want to use this, and I want to use this shade Seaside together for some reason. It doesn't match my shirt, but whatever. All right. Speaking of Jeffree Star Cosmetics, this next topic I'm going to talk about that you guys were telling me about is just so comical that I can't. I didn't even want to talk about it, but you guys were like, Melissa, just say something. All right. First, let's see. Okay. She's a little patchy, but we'll see how she works. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. If my camera is lagging, I'm really sorry. But she is a little patchy. So, there is this thing going around saying that Tarte's Icy Beach palette is a copy of Jeffree Star's Blue Blood. I don't even know where to begin with that statement. First off, the Icy Beach palette that Tarte released is not the one that they showed last April Fool's Day. And I hate to tell you guys this, but Jeffree Star did not come up with the all blue palette first. Even though Tarte didn't release that Icy Beach palette from last year, Face Candy did it with the Atlantis palette. I mean, I even did a review on this bad boy. I mean, the only thing missing is all those nudes that are in the Blue Blood palette. Hello, people. I mean, when people were telling me that, I was like, you guys have got to be kidding me. Did Tarte amp up the release of their Icy Beach palette to compete with Jeffree Star? Probably. But I do not see the comparisons between the two. I really don't. People are seriously reaching on that one. I am not liking the shadow at all whatsoever. She's blending out a little rough. I don't know if that's because I didn't set my base or what, but it's like the brightness of this just kind of blends away. I'm going to try to fix this because it doesn't look like it wants to be fixed. And then I'm going to do this eye and I'll be right back. This is what we got going on so far. I'm not really enjoying this shade. It was pretty interesting to try to blend out. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of this shade Monte Carlo and kind of blend that in to see if I can get it to, I don't know. I don't even know. Make it look more decent, I guess. Okay. So this next topic I want to talk about, okay, that looks a little better. It doesn't look as muddy. Yeah, it looks a little better. All right, this next topic I want to talk about. You guys ask me all of the time, and trust me, I'm going to clean everything up. You guys know there's a method to my madness. You guys ask me all the time, why am I not on Twitter? Reason being is because I have done Twitter before. Oh, that looks 10 times better. I have done Twitter before when I think it was like a year or so after it came out. And I got in so much trouble with it because I like to run my mouth. And it got me in trouble at a job I was on, or a job I was at. So I deleted it and never looked back. But someone told me, one of my makeup friends, she said, Melissa, you're missing out on great opportunities to get on PR lists because you're not doing Twitter. My response to that is, I do not want to deal with the drama on Twitter just to get on a PR list. And you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. That would be the ABH PR Hunger Games that went crazy last week. I do not want to participate in that at all whatsoever. It's bad enough that it's bad on Instagram. For people to put other people down like that, if they got on the PR list and they didn't get on it, or they didn't have good enough work or whatever, that's just an environment I don't want any part in. I mean, I've even had, you know, Gerard from Gerard Cosmetics tell me, Melissa, you need to get a Twitter, and I won't do it. It's just not worth it to me. Plus, I'm having a time right now as it is keeping up with what I got going on so far. So, yeah, but that whole incident of that ABH PR thing on Twitter was really uncalled for. All right, now I am going to go in with the shade Seaside right here, and we're going to put that on the lid. See how that is. First, I'm going to try it dry, and then I'll see how it is with my all-nighter. Ooh, I like this. This is pretty. You are going to get some fallout. That is to be expected. Alrighty. I do want to put a little bit of something into my crease, and I think I want to put in the shade... Steady blending brush. Jeez. Excuse me. I think I want to put in the shade... Well, it's another one of the pressed pigments. It is the shade Cans. I think I want to put a little bit of that in the crease just to kind of deepen it up a little bit. Or give it some definition, pull this look together, all that jazz, while I talk about this last thing. Okay, so this was brought to my attention on Facebook a couple days ago, and if you're on my Facebook, you know exactly what I'm getting ready to talk about. Not everybody does this. Just a disclaimer, not everyone does this. When we reach out to brands to see if they want to work with us, we send what is called a media kit. And basically what that is, it's a resume, but it's made with different types of graphics and pictures and stuff like that. It basically shows the brands what it is that we do. It shows our stats of our social media and all that jazz. Well, I caught wind that there have been people out there that are smaller influencers that are taking other smaller influencers' stats and putting them as their own. Do not, under any circumstances, do not be this type of person, because it's like I said in my post. If you're on my Facebook, you know what post I'm referring to. It's like I said in my post, you're building a house of cards with your career if you're doing that, because the brands are going to find out eventually, and then you're not going to be as credible as you say you are. That is just the lowest of the low right there. I saw that and I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. There are us smaller influencers that are actually out here working our butts off, you know, bringing you guys good content, and we don't rely on getting PR from brands. You know, some of us do get PR, some of us buy stuff. And I'm going to tell you this right now, free product does not pay the bills. I'm sorry. It's just, that's the truth. Free product does not pay the bills. And I know you're probably sitting there saying, well, Melissa, you have discount codes that you don't collect money on. Yes, that's true. I do that. I do have that with my smaller indie brands that I do work with. I am affiliated with some bigger brands. I may not have a discount code, but I do have affiliate links where if you purchase something, I do earn a commission off of it. I say it in every video. I have it right at the top of my description box. It's just, it's there. But with my indie brands, I do not pull a commission because they are trying to build their brand, and that's not fair to them. I couldn't live with myself asking for a commission. So for people to be faking their stats, that's just as bad as taking somebody's look that they've done, that they've worked really hard on, copying it and pasting it onto your face and said that you did it. It makes no sense at all whatsoever why somebody would do that. It just, I don't get the mentality of some of these people. It just mind boggles me. And they think that these brands aren't going to catch on, but they really are. But I am going to finish this eye out, finish the rest of my look, and I'll be right back with my final thoughts on this palette. See, I'm not as pale now. I bronzed it up a little bit. I got my blush on, whatnot. This palette really didn't have a shade for my inner corner and my brow bone. So I went in with the Estate Cosmetics Do Me highlighter in Pearl, and I put that on my inner corner and my brow bone, and I used it as my highlighter, and I actually really do enjoy this. I got this in my Ipsy bag last month in March, and I really do like this. This is nice. my final thoughts on this palette. It is a very nice palette. I really do like the color scheme. The color scheme is really, really nice. Bahamas could be a little bit better. It just looked like it didn't want to blend very well. It actually made my eyes kind of look like kind of scaly, if that makes any sense at all whatsoever. And I don't have a lot of texture on my lids. I just have, you know, I have wrinkles on my lids, but it showed a lot of texture, and that just isn't cute. Other than that, I really do enjoy this palette. It's really nice. I can't wait to play with the rest of the shades. ABH has a great formula. I personally love ABH's eyeshadow formulas because I'm getting my money's worth. But overall, I think this is a really great palette. If you are one that is in neutrals, but you like your pops of color, this is a really good palette to pick up. The cost is $45. It is available, and the brush just fell out. It is available at Ulta, Sephora, ABH's website, and on Beautylish as well. Not sure if it's on Beauty Bay for my UK babes out there, but I actually like this. I think you guys should pick it up, and I hope you guys enjoyed my dollar worth of insight on some situations going on in the beauty community. And that is all that I have for you guys today. Don't forget to pick up my glitter palette with Texas House of Glitters. We all know she is super party because she looks like this. Do not forget that you cannot buy these shades individually. They are only exclusive to this palette only. So if you want to get on the glitter goodness, that is Hubster, Mama, Sassy Pants, and Bat Squad, you're going to have to pick this bad boy up. I do have a discount code that you can save 15% not only on this item, but on anything off Texas House of Glitters, and it is right here at the bottom of the screen. As stated before, I do not earn any money off this discount code at all whatsoever. It is just there for you guys to save a little money. And as always, you can follow me on Facebook at facebook.com/MelissaLeahGarrett, on Snapchat as MelissaLeah1223, and on Instagram as MelissaLeahGarrett. Come on over. We have fun on those pages as well. I do not, however, have a Twitter account. So if you see one with my face and this gorgeous smile, report it because it's fake. Also, if that subscribe button is red, it's the wrong color. You need to change it. And don't forget to share this channel out to everyone as well. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that notification bell. That way you know when I'm posting, even though we mainly know I post on Tuesdays and Fridays. I love you all so much, and I will see you on Friday with my monthly favorites. Bye. We're gonna get into this. Sassy neck. Maybe it's because I was drinking coffee.